European stock markets are trading slightly lower this morning, with the UK's FTSE 100 index currently off around about 14 points, while the Euro Stoxx 50 index is lower by around about 8 points. The DAX in Germany is off around about 22 points at the moment. US stock futures are also trading lower. The Dow is off around about 10 points, while the S&P is off 2 points. Now, in the currency space, the dollar is firmer against its rivals. Emerging market currencies are suffering at the moment. In the peripheral bond market space, Italian and Spanish bond yields are a little wider across the board, particularly Italy. We're seeing a little bit of political uncertainty come into place again about worries over the coalition government out there. And in commodity prices, we are seeing a bit of respite. Gold is currently up around about $10, and oil prices are also elevated at the moment, but that's more on the perceived worries about tensions in the Middle East. And finally, in the bond market, UK gilts and German bonds are trading higher as investors have flocked to the safe haven assets. Good morning, I'm Ishaq, Siddiqi, and welcome to your daily market bite. It's been a long weekend here in the UK, but I'm back and I'm going to give you a quick snapshot of what's going on across global markets. Now, yesterday we had the US market closed lower, and the sell-off was sparked by US Secretary of State John Kerry saying that he and the US government, President Obama, will hold the Assad regime in Syria accountable for the mass killings of rebels last week through the use of chemical warfare. Now, the US claim that they have evidence against the Assad regime that indicate that they were indeed behind these attacks. They called it morally obscene, is the way that John Kerry puts it, and have laid out a plan to a plan to intervene Syria if the situation does seem like it is if it seems like Syria are indeed behind these atrocious killings. Now, that caused the S&P 500 to fall sharply yesterday. At the same time, we saw an inverse reaction where we had the US Treasury market dip lower and yields push up on the back of that. And when it came to Asian markets, we suffered. Given the fact that the US market was lower, investors started taking their money out of the Asian region, and at the same time we also do have to remember that we did have economic data out of the US, and as we know, economic data is the narrative. Fed tapering is everybody's lips. Now, when it came to Fed tapering, we had durable good orders coming out from the US, very ugly number, falling about 7.3%. It did suggest that the Federal Reserve may not be too quick on tapering in September. But having said that, it seems like the genie's at the bottle, and the market is expecting the Fed to taper as early as September. So we're seeing those jitters. Now, going into the rest of the European session, the German IFO survey is the one to watch out for. It's coming out, and investors are looking out for some good news. Other than that, not much else going on, apart from some US data later on and US consumer confidence. So some of those things to watch out for. It's the perceived worry about an intervention by the United States military in Syria that's really driving some of the downside this morning. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Cheers.